Hi all, welcome back to BLR Knowledge Center. So in this session, we'll talk about the uh, virtual machines and app services and the differences of between these two, and also comparisons between these two services on cloud. Okay, so when we talk about virtual machines, so basically these are virtualization of systems and accessing the systems via cloud. So it is a kind of infrastructure as service from the cloud. As the name suggests, this type of services tries to provide the on-premises services and a cloud platform, and this offers all the basic benefits that we get after shifting from on-premises to cloud. Like one can run their application on Azure VM very easily, so without actually worrying about certain aspects that one has to take care of while running the application on premises. So, if you have an application installed on your local system and if you're deploying that for a particular client and giving that URL to the client to access, everything you need to take care of it. You need to start the application and you need to monitor your application and you need to take care of all the maintenance components which are involved in your application, right? Performance, security, and other functional aspects. And apart from that, you need to look at the security aspects as well. But when it comes to kind of deploying the same stuff on a cloud, that Azure Virtual Machine, no need of worrying of whether the system is having these kind of problems because all the responsibilities are taken care by the cloud. So thing was, especially in these Azure virtual machines, so one does not have to worry about the 24-hour running operation of the machine. This is the duty of the cloud provider to keep their servers available all the time. And cloud provider in this case was a Microsoft, so which takes care of the physical security of the machine and the data center itself. So one does not have one does not have to invest capital to buy the hardware and the maintain it, right? Because everything you are getting through internet from the cloud. The customer only has to pay according to its usage with the pay-as-you-go pricing model. So hence, by a clever usage, the customer can save a lot of money by moving to cloud, right? So this is what about a virtual machine I'm talking about. If you are taking virtual machine configurations from the cloud, when it comes to app services, it's again kind of uh, platform which you are buying from the cloud. It's a platform as a service. The service takes away some of the additional responsibilities of customer and gives it back to the cloud provider. So in this service, customer does not have to worry about creating a middleware and installing the requirement to create a virtual environment and installing timely software patches for operating system, etc. So if you look at the diagram here, this is where virtual machine actually having it. That means you are just having only responsibility here, application, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, and rest of the things are taken care by the cloud. Here in this case, Microsoft. So kind virtualization, servers, storage, networks, right? And if you come to here, app services, you only need to manage applications and data, and rest of all the other stuff was managing by cloud. So when it comes to comparison between these two virtual machines and app services, so app services is simple and quick way of deploying web applications without no actual worrying about the underlying responsibilities of creating and deploying the environment, because only two things you are taking care of it, and the other no kind of 7 to 8 things are taken care by cloud. That means no worrying on runtime and middleware and operating system and virtualization, server, storage, networks. Only you need to take care of applications and data, and other stuff you need to leave it to the cloud, where cloud is going to maintain and look at all the kind of logs and monitoring of your application and runtime and operating system and virtualization. servers settings and servers up and run and storage space and other network challenges. So there are some other comparisons between to these two. Like I'll let explain you via notepad here. Let me share my notepad. So when it comes to Azure Virtual Machine, so these are more expensive to run, in comparison to Azure App Services. So or very are more expensive than in comparison Azure App Services. And secondly, Azure App Services have container constraints in comparison to Azure VMs in terms of scaling. Hence, Azure VMs are preferred for apps which, which we have a scope to expand for future. So, Azure App Services have constraints in comparison VMs in terms of scalability. That means Azure VMs are preferred apps have scope to expand in future. And third one is the development of app is much simpler and faster in Azure App Services. If you look at the development is very easy for app services. Simplest way of creating, and it is faster. And VMs offers developer more control over the environment. Like one cannot choose underlying operating system of VM in an Azure App Services. So Azure VMs offer developer more control over the environment. Like one cannot choose underlying voice of VM service. And last one was app services did not offer pay as you go. Does not offer pay as you go pricing model. Hence, you are paying for the service plan even if you are not using it. So these are the couple of comparisons between among these virtual machines and apps. And based on the requirement, you choose whatever you wanted. So this is IAS, and whereas this is S. Okay, so based on the requirement and kind of need you want, so you choose for that and create same on the Azure and access it. Okay. So I hope you understand the differences between these virtual machines and app services on the cloud, and the need and the service providing by the Azure. Okay, here you have only applications and data and runtime and middleware operating system, and here you have only applications and data. So almost uh, from the five responsibilities, only you have two responsibilities, and rest of them are taken care by respective cloud. So thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.